I have two instructions for you folks. First is, as I've told you before you consider any electronic communication in your deliberations, you must first find that it is more likely true than not that the person who authored or sent or created or transmitted the communication was in fact here, the defendant, or Brian Higgins. If you do not find that it is more likely true than not that Ms. Reed was the person who authored or created or transmitted the electronic communication, or Brian Higgins was the person who authored or created or transmitted the communication, then you may not consider that electronic communication at all in deciding your case. Now, if you do, if it gets past that and you do find that that burden has been met, these messages are not being offered to show the truth of the statement. They're simply to show that this information was in fact provided to the Mass State Police for their investigation. Those are the instructions. All right, with that, Mr. Jackson, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
Yes, I'm going to let the witness have that pack. Oh, he's got one. Oh, you know what, Chrissy? I'll take one back. The one for ID will now be the exhibit, and I'll take the other one.
Thank you. Sergeant Bukhenik, do you have the document in front of you that's been marked as Exhibit 115?
I do.
If you could, starting at the beginning, do those purport to be text messages between Brian Higgins and Karen Reed?
Yes, they are.
Does that printout accurately reflect what you received in electronic form from Brian Higgins during your interview?
Yes.
Okay. If you could start at the beginning and read the text string indicating the date of the text, if it's dated, who it's from, who it's to, and the content.
Yes, sir. The text messages begin Wednesday, January 12th at 8:27 p.m. Incoming text message to Brian Higgins' phone from Karen Reed. Hey, Brian, it's the weed whacker. The response is a question mark, followed by a picture of a six-pack of Smirnoff Ice screwdriver in appears to be a package store cooler, followed by a YO response, and that is it for January 12th, Wednesday. Do you want me to continue? Sure.
Yes. May I have just a moment, Your Honor? Going back to the Smirnoff container, that was from whom and to whom? For the picture of the Smirnoff.
It appears it was from Brian Higgins to Karen Reed.
Okay. If you could make sure to delineate from whom and to whom each text is
Every time?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, and go ahead and proceed.
Thursday, January 13th, 9:24 a.m. From Karen Reed to Brian Higgins. Did you try those Smirnoff? There is a haha acknowledgement response to that text message by Brian Higgins. The next page, it's the same bubble, but continue on the next page. I will repeat. Did you try those Smirnoff screwdrivers? Question mark. I stopped at the Hilly for one last night. A Bitmoji showing teeth. That is sent from Karen Reed to Brian Higgins.
If you could, and I hate to ask this of you, but if you could tell us who it's from before the content, for instance, from Karen Reed to Brian Higgins, content. That would just be a little easier, I think,
okay.
in flow.
The last one was from Karen Reed. She stated, did you try those Smirnoff? And that she stopped by at the Hilly last night for one. From Brian Higgins to Karen Reed, haha, followed by, same person, How did you get my digits? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Karen Reed to Brian Higgins. The Melissa and Lito show. Brian Higgins to Karen Reed. Ha, ha. Brian Higgins to Karen Reed. I thought you creeped John's phone. Brian Higgins to Karen Reed. Ha, ha. Karen Reed to Brian Higgins. No way, with an emoji, X person holding an X in front of them. I was the last person in Greeter, Canton, who didn't have your pound sign, number sign. I think even Carrie has it.
I'm going to see counsel at sidebar for just a minute, please. First, we're trying to make this easier for everybody to either read or listen to or look at. So we're just going to take a minute. We think that we have this document here. And also to make it a little bit easier for everybody, Sergeant Bukhenik, you do not have to describe the emojis. You don't have to say anything about what the pictures are, and you don't have to say the punctuation now that we'll be able to have it. But you are being asked to read which text is from whom. Maybe if we agree upon the color, you won't have to say that. Can there be an agreement with that, counsel?
We can do that.
I'll stipulate the blue bubbles appear to be Mr. Clinton's.
And the gray.
Appear to be Mr. Text response.
Okay.
That's agreed, John.
All right. I appreciate that. So you can just read the screen or read what you have in front of you.
Do you want me to start at the beginning or?
No. Let's just start where you ended, if you could, please. All right. Could we turn the lights down? Can you see it, Sergeant, with the lights off?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
I just don't give my personal number to anyone. How would Carrie have my number? Melissa had it. I actually don't know if Carrie does. Felt like everyone had it. Haha. I knew she did. Sorry you felt neglected. Haha. So no dice on the Smirnoff? I have not tried it. Saw it in the store the other day and thought of you. I laughed out loud. Don't give Carrie my digits. Thought of me and everyone's grandfather. I won't give your digits to anyone. You don't like Carrie? I have no issues with Carrie. Just don't want her having my jack. Saving you as Karen, screwdriver, or weed whacker. Need to think about it a little. I'd prefer weed whacker. That's to think about nicknames. We were tossing around the idea of a short vacay with the current show. Wanted to see if you were game. You don't have a say? Vacation? Where? I know. They need to happen organically. I'm the queen of nicknames. Was just going to rent a beach house in Fort Laud. Something quick and easy. I'm queen of vacays too. Always a good time. I'm going to Nashville next month, 19th through the 21st, for a benefit. One of our guys got shot in the head. You guys should come. So you claim. Advertisement. Jesus, is he alive? Was he from Massachusetts? Yes, he is alive, not from MA. We were thinking late March. I guess the guy in his group is friends with Old Dominion Band. Kid Rock's supposed to be there too. I have a tough time with country. I was a Kid Rock fan back in the day. I agree. Of course you were. From Brockton. LOL. That's how I got my street cred. Funny. I didn't know you had any. LOL. Carrie said you tag along. No one would say that about me. How would I know? We all frequent the same watering hole. I don't know Carrie well. She talks about herself a lot, but I guess so does everyone. I don't ask questions, just make observations, assess, and decide. I am quiet. That's a good policy. You can read most people in a few minutes. Excuse me, mins. Yep, for sure. You go out with last night? Myself. I only had a drink and a half. Sadly, I know everyone at this point. Lame. Why is that bad? BC. That's how much I go in there. What do you do for work? I've never had a problem going to bar/restaurant solo. I go there a little. I'm a college professor. Solo is cool. I was in adjunct previously. Oh, really? Did you mention that? Anna Maria, Quincy College, and BHCC. I teach afternoons and work downtown during the day. What is BHCC? University of Southern Charleston, a.k.a. Bunker Hill Community College. Oh, nice. Trust is life. Line from Good Will Hunting in the classroom at BHCC. Funny. A savant from Brockton. I'm not making fun of BHCC. My parents met at community college. Fall River writes, "You're very random." How so? You just are. I don't think so. What's random? Haha. I had no idea who this was last night, for a few minutes anyways. I mean, what's random about me? I think I'm pretty predictable. How so? You must go around beeping at a lot of weed whackers, excuse me. Nope, never. It was my one-time thing. Sounds like I'm scattered and all over the place. I learned my lesson. You have your shit together. That was mortifying. I am still really sorry. Not completely, but for the most part, yes. Sure you are. One thing I don't think you was sensitive. When was I sensitive? To the weed whacking incident. I just snapped when I think guys are being creeps. Can't help it. I'm not a creep. No, you're not a creep. Nope. You're kind of a loner, which I used to be. Not really. I have a ton of buddies, but I only let a handful of friends in that I am tight with. So you think you got me figured out? Circle of trust. Yeah, I said loner, not loser. I assume you know a lot of people? You never really can figure anyone out completely. Your dad died when you were young? He died in March of 2020. I am so not a loser. You won't figure me out, LOL. No one is a loser. I just didn't mean loner to imply friendless. I'm sorry, that's recent. It wasn't COVID, was it? Cancer. I know you date girls who don't lock the house behind them, and you arrive private and observant. I'm sorry. What kind? Lung, brain, kidney, and pelvis. How do you know all these things? LOL. You're funny. Yikes, wow. That's rough. Jesus. I'm sorry. We chat a lot at the hillside. Don't be sorry, life is hard sometimes. I always figure it out. Who chats? Life is hard, but losing people is the hardest, so I'm sorry. We chat. That all you got? WeChat? Sure, you're from Brockton. Spit it out. You and I chatted about the girl who kept forgetting the door lock. Oh. She has been out of play for like 3 months now. Out of rotation? Nah, just out of play. I am solo, no rotation. I am not a hoe. Solo? Solo like no rotation, or woman for that matter. Not locked down, haha. Good for you. That's the best way to be. Yep. Has its benefits for sure. Are you working? Remotely. Oh. Tough life. Live like a queen. I just got a Saturday invite. Did you say yes? Not yet, but did respond. What did you say, Mr. Elusive? No, I just don't want to intrude on your couples night. Haha, I am shy. We prefer to hang out with W non-couples. Bob Gallery is probably coming too, solo. We'll probably do cards or something at some point. Some PT, excuse me. I'm inviting you. Haha. John said, quote, Brian is being wishy-washy now, end quote. Haha. Did you tell him to text me? No. You cranky now? Haha, no. Just stop being so anti-couples. Most couples don't even like each other. Name a few. Name a few? I don't know. All of them? They all want to hang out with single people? I need a drink. I had a blueberry beer. I'm jealous. Hey, I'm trying to menu plan for Saturday, Mr. Elusive. Don't count on me. Boo. Haha. I am sure you will get over it. Just got my first drink. Where? Brick House. You tied one on last night? I was just thinking about you. Haha. Yes, 4:30 a.m. came early this morning. Eek, that's early. You out late with the Commodores? Solo? Yeah, but you're always lining up your after party. Nope, not me. Selective. I am not a hoe. Hey, no judgment. Haha, you make me laugh. I know, I'm funny. Haha. What's on your mind? Nada. Just about to start cooking. Okay. What's on yours? I'm going to a Hillside Regulars 60th tomorrow. This could be a new low for me. Who?
Detective, if I could interrupt 1 second. When there is a date that's delineated, could you just state the date out loud so the jurors follow the date progression?
Next.
Starting with the next one.
I'm saying the next text message date or
Yes, sir.
date within.
Where the
Yes,
above or
absolutely.
below the bubbles.
Yep. So this screen here is Friday, January 13th at 3:33 p.m.
Thank you.
I believe I stopped before Bob Clinton. Everybody can't stand him. I detest him. His breath smells like ass. OMG, always. His daughter and I have mutual friends. I actually don't mind him when he's socially distant. I think he's friendly. Why detest? Yeesh. Talks like an ass clown. Maybe I'm being too hard. He just says crazy shit. Doesn't know his audience. Geez. Is he different from anyone else in there? Haha. His wife and daughter are cooler than he is. I like his wife. Never met the daughter. A nurse? Yes. Her fiance is a firefighter. By coincidence with people I grew up with. Crazy. Sunday, January 16th, 12:59 a.m. You're nuts. Foul ball. You stink. You suck. And you're double. Trouble. You're hot. Are you serious or messing with me? No, I'm serious. Feeling is mutual. Is that bad? How long have you thought that? Are you okay driving? You don't want to stay here? I am fine. I have an office at the PD. You didn't answer the question. Rather you stay here? I wish. I think you're messing with me. Why do you think that? Because this is so out of left field. Where did these feelings come from? I just think you're like me. Meaning, do you have your own kids? I have no kids. How am I like you? Hello? Aren't we alike? I think so. So, why did you get my number and reach out to me? Shoot straight with me. I told you, I just think we're alike, right? Yes, agree. Now what? I don't know. Shouldn't you know? Do you like me? Yes. From jump. When was jump? First time I saw you. When was that? Hillside for sure. When were you interested? I don't know. You're just my type. You think you can handle me? I thought you were happy. How do you know if I'm happy? I just assumed. Are you to handle? What do you like about me? I just feel like you're from my neighborhood. Yeah, ditto. And I think you're hot. You really think that? I have always thought that about you. What? That you're hot, smart, witty. But I didn't think you were interested. Witty? Yeah, meaning quick with a response. Tell me why you got my number and reached out to me. Just thought we were the same, from the same neighborhood. Are you afraid to say what's in your mind? On? No. Didn't I? I am glad I stopped by. I should have come earlier. Do you really live in Mansfield? Yeah, I was basically begging you. You don't have to beg me. Beg. Huh? I will give you whatever you want. How are you texting right now? Ugh. Leaving me hanging. No. Kids? Kinda. How am I texting? Is everyone asleep? I'm just wide awake on my phone. Yes, they are. I should have stayed, LOL. So now what? Yes, you should have. That would have been distracting. So no what? Now. Now what? Ball's in your court. What do you want? Loaded question. What do you want? I asked you. Nope. You initiated this. Spit it out. Hey, we're single and we don't have kids. We can do whatever we want. Don't you have a boyfriend? Where are you? Canton. Where? My office at the PD. Why are you going to Mansfield? Where is that? Canton PD. I have a house there from before I reconnected with John. Oh, I feel like you're not really saying what's on your mind. Do you like me? Yes, clearly. Come over to my house. When? When works for you? Whoever, whenever. When works for you? I asked you first. I think you're messing with me. I'm glad you came over tonight. Me too. Ball's in your court. What do you want, Karen? You look great tonight. I don't know. What do you want? You always do. Yeesh, really? Why? I look great? You're full of it. I think you're hot. Always have thought that. Just have not revealed my thoughts. I'm hot for the hillside. Low comps. Knock it off. You're hot, period. Are you glad you walked me out? Yes. Are you? Deaf. Yes. Are you going home tonight or tomorrow a.m.? We kissed, right? Is this a trick question? I don't know when I'm going home. I am selling my house. What a trick question. Are you moving to Canton? I am following your lead with this. I live here, but I have a property in Enfield. Why my lead? I don't want any responsibility. You started this, right? Why did you get my number and each out to me? Still have not told me. Sorry, should I not have? I am fine with it. Just don't know why you can't answer. You're mad at me? OMG. No, not at all. You're being silly. I told you. I just think you're like me, and I am attracted to you. A lot. Feelings mutual. I just never saw this coming. Why? Because I just assumed you were happy with your situation. I was, but things have deteriorated. Why? How so? What did Melissa say when you asked for my number? It is very, very complicated. He and I dated when we were kids, and then his sister died and everything got fucked up. He seemed very into you. I just told Melissa that I had your number, but lost it. That's cute. She wasn't suspicious? No, she's great. Does she know you like me? She's a sweetie. We just agreed that you're great. What does that mean? I was jealous that she had your number. Look, like you're either all in or you're out. Why would you be jealous? I am not attracted to her at all. I have always been attracted to you. Really? Yes. Since the first time I saw you, we would have fun. Where are you? I told you, Canton PD, my office. So are you selling your place and moving to Meadows? Yeah, but where is that? I have had all my shit here for a couple of years, and my house has been vacant. But I'd like to get closer to the water. Are you breaking up or staying together? I don't know. He hooked up with another girl on vacation. I am very close to his niece. It is a very fucked up situation. When was that? And how did you find out he hooked up? I don't want to complicate your situation. We went away for New Year's, the four of us. I put the kids to bed and found him in the lobby of our hotel, all over one of our friends. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Did they bang? Does that matter? Sorry, I was just asking. I was just trying to figure shit out. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I won't ask again. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, hear you loud and clear, Karen. Oh, okay. Why are you getting your thing all twisted up over simple questions, Dawn? I am not, am I? You're kind of getting defensive. Not at all. What is the question? Do you feel guilty texting me? No. Okay. What do you want from me? Nothing. Do you want anything from me? I would hang out. Oh, gee, thanks. OMG. What am I supposed to say? You're being tough on me. None of us is married. True. So game on? We can say whatever we want. Game on? You send mixed messages. I wish I stayed. Okay, game on then. Kinda. Can you hang? Sure. I hope you toss and turn tonight. I always do. Why? Why'd you say that? I just do. Why? 'Cause you're fresh. No, I'm not. Okay. Do you always get what you want? Be sweet to me, please. I could be so sweet. I've been very sick. I had colon cancer and 10 surgeries in 18 months. I'm a wreck. I had no idea. Are you okay now? I never get what I want, just what I need. I am okay. What do you need? What need to be content? What can I do to make you happy? Haha, don't worry. I've always been very happy. You talk in riddles. Just tell me why you contacted me, huh? What's the big deal? I told you. Just think you're like me. What does that mean? Like you want to hang with me? You asked why I contacted you. Yes. Excuse me. Yeah. I did ask. We are attracted to each other, right? Reasonable question. Yes, 100%. Okay. We did kiss earlier. No? I think you initiated that. No? Yep. Do I owe you an apology? OMG, no. Why are you being sensitive? I am not. Kinda. No. Excuse me, never. What do you want from me? What's on the table? What do you want ideally? The real deal. Sunday, January 16th, 7:37 a.m. Doesn't exist. Haha. Sunday, January 16th, 5:53 p.m. So you like Hennessy XO? Sunday, January 16th, 7:15 p.m. I am hurting so bad. Yeah, me too. The Currens went after it again at noon today. No way. This was about 2 hours before you came over. Haha. I am heading for drinks soon. Really? Yeah. Tuesday, January 18th, 5:09 p.m. What's on tap? Haha. What does that mean? Usually means, what are you up to? Cute. I just wrapped work. Unpacking some groceries. You? What's on tap? Also unpacking crap for my car. Anything good? Nothing on tap. Shame. You were a ghost yesterday. I can't be the cruise director every day. Shame. Julie McCoy? Wish I was at my cave house in front of the fire sipping a drink. Wish I knew how to use my fireplace. From Love Boat. How old is your bad self? Haha, that was my guess. 42 next month. I know the Love Boat. I was more Brady Bunch. Haha, what day? 226. Nice. You're just a tad poke. Pole. Got ya. When is the next party? Pole. Oops. It's all relative. What pole and poke? I'd have a party every weekend if it were up to me. No. 42 equals Tedpole. Oh. I keep reminding myself that aging is a privilege. The better parties are at my house. No kids. Why are they better? Well, first, BC, there's no kids. You were ghost yesterday. Thought I heard the last of you. Phones work both ways. I don't want to disturb you, or you could be otherwise engaged. I don't know your routine. I didn't use the word engaged, did I? Huh? Engaged? As like doing something with someone? Yes, that's what I thought you meant. Are you being fresh today? No. Now that you sobered up. Haha. I felt sober next to everyone else on Saturday. Good point. You're still T trouble. Haha. Why am I? Just playing with you. What is that? Whiskey with a big ice cube. What kind of whiskey? Jameson, right? Cherry in the middle. What good does that do? Are you in W Rocks? So good, yeah. Do you have a 4:30 a.m. bell tomorrow? Why do you ask? Trying to figure out how many whiskeys you're going to have? Depends. I don't restrict myself from having fun. How many Hennessy XOs you having? None. I have none at my house. Haha. I am not really trouble. Want me to pick you up next time I go to the base? Usually cheaper and tax-free. Just a little based on your conduct. The base? Military base. I go through the Henny fast. I shop there a lot. I can as a veteran. My conduct? I'm not married. I'm the only one who does everything right. What kind of veteran? Where is the base? Dude, chillax. Teasing you. Are you serious? Veteran from Iraq. I can go to any base, but usually... Hanscom in Bedford or down the Cape. Which base down the Cape? Which branch? Army. I'm not abnormally sensitive. Joint base Cape Cod. I won't be so hard on you. Oh my God, you're not. You called me trouble. That makes me sound bad. I was just playing with you. You weren't, but that's okay. Stop being sensitive, please. I am not. Okay, so what's up? Did you figure out how many whiskeys? You mean tonight? Yes. Not sure. I am flexible and adaptable. Why are you so curious? Are you drinking? I haven't had a drink yet. Just want to see what you're up. Looking for an influencer. My day was long. Influenced? How? Are you in Canton or Mansfield tonight? Influenced to have a drink, even though it's Tuesday, in Mansfield. How often do you stay there? Is it a nice crib, house, or condo? I stay here once or twice a week. House. I guess it's nice. I like it. How long have you owned it? How many beds? Rooms? 2017 or 18? 5 bedrooms. What? Why so big? I don't know. It's an old colonial. It has a lot of bedrooms. More than you clearly need. Are you moving to Canton? I know, seriously. Some rooms I only go into dust. Not anytime soon. I'm there for most of the time, but sometimes it's a lot. A lot why? Do you even know what you want or who? Because I went from being solo to trying to give attention to kids who aren't mine. And I never wanted kids. I thought you were in this happy relationship. Everyone is happy at Hillside. Oh, God. You avoid things. It's just a very, very complicated dynamic with the 4 of us. He isn't cut out for what he's doing, and the kids present constant issues. I think he believes he is doing the right thing. Well, of course he is, but his heart isn't in it. It's only because he was very, very close to his sister. I know how you feel, kinda. I was married, and when I met her, she had a 2.5-year-old. I went from being single to being a dad. It's hard. I am divorced since 2017 and have no kids. I try very hard, but they are very spoiled, and they're not my family. My parents keep telling me I'd feel different if they were mine, or my own sisters. Then I told you he got drunk and sloppy on New Year's Eve while we were away, and that has really affected me. What did he exactly do? I never got married, and now somehow I'm arguing with someone about raising kids. Why won't you tell me? He was a puddle all day and then disappeared. Then I found him all over friend's sister in the lobby of our hotel, and she's gross, which I think may actually be worse. Not sure. Oh God, did they bang? So I was the kids celebrating New Year's without him, which shouldn't be my role. No, I doubt it. He was a mess. Was it the first time with her, or do you think there were others? I don't really think there were others. I'm with him all the time, He never seems to want to go anywhere without me. But honestly, the issues with the kids bother me more than him actually cheating. They're constant, and it feels like lose-lose. You clearly have a lot of feelings swirling inside of you. Yeah, it's very complicated. Sorry for the rant. You can vent, babe. Basically, I just feel like I spread myself too thin, and sometimes it's thankless. You probably felt that way, too. I did at times. It was one, not two, thankfully. Want to grab a drink? If you gave me some notice, I could have. You said you were adaptable. I am. But I have my work truck with me and not my personal. Do you get angry when you don't get your way? That sounds like an excuse. I rarely get my way. I don't make excuses. I don't make excuses. If I don't want to deal with someone, I tell them. Then I am a ghost. Why do you even want to hang with me? Don't we already hang out? I don't make excuses. Work truck, personal truck. What does that doesn't sound like a massive problem. I end up drinking with you at least once a week, I'd say. I can't use my work truck for transportation to go drink. You think so? What makes you so sure? Probably would be fun. I think I see you about once a week at a bar, no? Not lately, but yes. Okay. So you asked why I want to hang out. I'm just saying that I already hang out with you. Yeah, but we have never one-on-one. Does going to a friend's house qualify as transportation to drink? Yeah, because I can't just have one. Can't drive that banged up. Have none then. There's 5 bedrooms here. Does mine have a lock on the door? Haha, LOL. I don't even know. I think so. You probably have a spare key. I don't know if I ever shut and locked a door here. Funny. Trust me, I am tempted. Grab the Hennessy. Thanks, doll. Funny. I am confused. You don't feel guilty in inviting me over? Should I? I don't know. Who knows what you feel? Only know what you said when you were drinking Hennessy. Haha. Geez, I just explained everything, I thought. Wow. You get angry easy. What are you talking about? I'm not angry, at the least. Okay, good. And I haven't had a single drink today. Okay. I don't really think I should feel guilty. Why is that? Why should I not? Dude, I am just asking. Don't get your thong all twisted up. Yeah, I just don't know what the question was. You have no impact on my thong? I think I try my best to do the right by people, and sometimes people suck. And I'm not married, nor do I have kids. I agree, but you kind of have a live-in boyfriend. You act like you act like I ask dumb questions. Yeah, kind of, but it's been a long time, and there's ups and downs, so at some point you have to think more rationally. Do you plan on leaving him? I'm sorry. I don't think they're dumb. It's just hard back and forth on text to understand the question. When you ask what day, earlier, read my birthday, I thought for a full minute that you meant what day did I use to watch the Brady Bunch. And I had typed it a text every school day at 4 and 4:30. I meant what day was your B-day. I don't have any plans at the moment in either direction. Sometimes I go back and forth. Yeah, I figured that out. What's your interest in me? I assume people have been interested in you before. True. First, I think you're fun to talk to. I like sizing other people up. And you seem to be private, which I also like, and probably pretty independent too. So like, I am a ton of fun. I am super private and do not talk out of school. I am safe. Does that make sense? I am all of that and more. Safe? Like I am private. Don't talk out of school with what I do or who I hang with. Do I aggravate you? No. According to John, you may occasionally talk out of school. He said that about me? But that's none of my business. With respect to what exactly? None of my biz. So then why invite me to your house party? Now I am aggravated. Tonight's house party or last week? OMG, why? Last week. Like, why would he talk shut about me? Because we all like you. Everyone does. Geesh. You just said he talked shit about me. He wasn't talking shit at all. He always says how much he likes you. Just mentioned Brian does all right for himself. He has not said one negative thing about you ever. I just didn't think you were that private, that's all. I am about a lot of things. Don't be so sensitive. I am good. Oh, geez. Are your panties in a twist now? Stop. Nah, my boxers are just fine. Okay. You're not going to run your work truck through the gears tonight? I thought you were tons of fun. No, I am not. As much as I would like to. Moving on to the next call. Huh? Will you stop? You sensitive again? I can't really follow your thought process. You keep kind of insulting me a little. I am still confused why you want to hang with me. It's also out of left field. No, I am not. Are you single? Yes. I don't think it's out of left field. Wasn't I already begging you to come over last Saturday? You getting my number from Melissa and reaching out to me. And then on vacay and probably a few other occasions. You didn't really beg. I asked at least twice. How do people usually reach out to each other? Why would I have thought you had any interest in me? Usually do it when they do live with someone. Do not. Maybe, maybe not. So you have sent me signs before? Did I miss them? John and I have had a lot of ups and downs, and we already did this nearly 20 years ago. And there's kids involved that get attached and things get muddy. I don't know what the answer is, but I feel very strongly that I've put my best effort in with all three of them, and the extended family too. At some point, it gets frustrating, and my actual feelings take precedence. I get it. I am not denying that, or that it gets tough. Do you remember anything you said to me the other night? I'm just trying to explain where I'm coming from. Yes. I get it. I deleted it because I didn't want to do my own text walk of shame. But I'm pretty sure I remember everything. Okay. So don't you think it would complicate and confuse your situation if we hang out? Fair question. Probably. Do you only do things with that simplify your life? Nope. I complicate my life on the regular. Yeah, so does everyone else. Just so you know, I thought you were extremely hot off the rip. Amazing personality. I could go on and on, but I do not. Want to pump your shut up too much. Thanks for saying that, but low comps at Hillside. You know how to ruin something nice. I frequent other places. John has showed me about 5 times the Ring video of me walking you out on Saturday, and my voice and my accent are killing me softly. What? Yeah, he has cameras everywhere. You cops. Jesus. He like, Christ, are you guys hooking up? OMG, great. I don't need drama, dude. No, it's fine. Seriously? I am serious. You legit planted one on me. I know where the cameras are anyway, duh. Oh my God, Bruins. So your slick move isn't on there? Of course not. OMG, I almost. It was a peck anyway. I kissed Carrie and gay Jeff too. Yeah, weak, I agree. LOL, funny. So now he is jealous of me? No. I told you, he likes you a lot, which makes this worse. You said or did something at the bar last week, and he goes, I like Brian more and more. I think he is a good dude, too. Yeah, he is. Funny. What's your end game? What do you want from me? You will just confuse the shot out of yourself. Shit. Because I am a lot of fun. So am I. I'm sure I'm more fun than you. How so? Details. I don't know. I hate people on the whole, but I've been told by many people that I'm a lot of fun. I don't do anything half-ass. Nothing. So what do you want from me? I don't know. I just like you so I reached out. You have zero idea? Nope. Oh God. What now? Why oh God? Because I need some direction. Well, I'm not an FG oracle, sorry. That's actually funny. Do you eventually get what you want? I told you, rarely. So you're a quitter. A realist. So you reached out to me? A ballsy move. Now what? The things I worked the hardest for have meant the most. Does Melissa know you dig me? Ballsy? Not really. I already know you. True. But you have a man. I figured if you text with Melissa, you'd definitely text with me. She isn't trying to hang with me. Of course she is. Plus, I never really texted with her other than to see if they were headed out. I asked you over. Is what? You made excuses. That's fine. But I'm not asking again. She doesn't like me like that. I'm sure she does. What makes you so sure? BC, she said, I'd love to set Brian up with my sister. She deserves such a good guy like him. That doesn't mean she wants to. Bang me, himself. And I think Lito is kind of a dink, so I'm sure Melissa likes you a wee bit. Herself. Yeah, he is interesting. Have you always had trouble accepting compliments? Yeesh. No. It at all. All yours came to me after a day of drinking. You were way more all over me that day. So what? Don't most compliments come that way? Like all over me with compliments and how you felt. It was 3:30 a.m. It was fun. I've complimented you today, too. And kicked my nuts in. Oh my God, how? If I had more notice, I would have grabbed a drink somewhere. So I am all set with. That's fine, but I am not asking again. Well, it was 7 p.m., and I'm super cool. So right now, asking again. Excuse me. So right now, asking again. Coming to your house would have been bad for the both of us. For starters, you wouldn't have wanted me to leave. Now equals not. That sounds good. That's trouble. Why? Because you wouldn't have made me stay, locked me in your room. No, I wouldn't have. Haha, you wish. I don't share a bed with anyone ever. I have my own room in Canton. What? Yeah, I think sharing a bed is archaic. Is that the one you wanted me, TK, stay in? You sit like to be spooned? You don't? Not for more than a minute or two. Weird. You would rather sleep alone? I've got to make my sleep count. So doesn't everyone? Honestly, I am the world's lightest sleeper. I can hear an ant crawling across the floor, and I wake up almost hourly, which isn't fair to whoever I'm sleeping with. Okay, bet Melissa isn't like that. Haha. Lori wouldn't like that. I know for a fact Melissa isn't like that. She told me she can't even fall asleep unless they're spooning. Lito rolled his eyes and pointed a gun at his head. You've probably got to go to work on your truck. Talk soon. Whatever. Lighten up, Francis. Let me know when you figured you're shut out. That's a tailor-made joke for an Army vet. No one else has it figured out. Why do I? Combat vet. I didn't say non-combat. I told Sat I think you're hot, and since told you how cool I think you are. Maybe you're actually a jerk. What do you want me to say/do? I'm pretty sure you're seeing people too. I am not a jerk. Don't change the narrative to suit yourself. Own your words. I don't think you're a jerk. I don't have simple answers to your questions. It's actually simple. What do you want from me? What do you desire? To start, I would just like to hang out because I like to talk to you and hear what you have to say. If that's it, I'd be happy. Okay, I will lock you into that statement. That's fine. I suspect you will give up eventually. Just so you know, I will still be your friend. Clearly, you're trying to give me a Heisman. No, not at all. Why would you say that? Because I've tried and I am failing. Tried what? Failing what? Hot and personality and what else? What's the I could go on and on part? You see, it feels like a Heisman, sugar-coated with a few compliments. That's okay. I asked you over on a seemingly uneventful Tuesday. Yeah, with 0 heads up. I have to get up at 4:30 a.m. Didn't hear from you yesterday at all, so I should have been a mind reader that you were going to extend an offer to your crib for a drink. If you want to give up, that's on you. You're being silly, for the record. No, I'm busting your chops. It's okay. No, you're sensitive. Nice try. You don't think if I came over for a drink, we would have got carried away? You said you were adaptable and tons of fun. I took that as an invite for an invite. Oh, okay. I'm 42. I know what happens when you invite someone for a drink. You're the master of avoidance. So you think I would just give it to you? Give yo to you? Give it up. I've been a lot in my life. I have a little bit of a carpe diem mindset. Been through. What am I avoiding? I'm not afraid to be direct. Some of my questions. Okay, which? Ask again. Nope. Tricks are not for kids. I'm pretty sure we would have hooked up. Okay, I can't say that. Of course you can. Did I miss any other questions, sir? Probably. Are you having a drink right now? Yeah, on my second. Show me what you got. I went for some wine and downgraded to a mudslide. They're taunting me. Haha. I had to make another one because you got me all worked up. I could have made it for you, weirdo. Sure you could have. Done a lot. And you got yourself worked up, buddy? Yep, I am. What a crime? Excuse me. That a crime? Are you annoyed? Kinda. Why? Because you there, this offer on me last minute of through. I could have made 3-round tips by now. Excuse me. I apologize. You could have made 3-round trips by now. Oh, I bet. Crickets. 4-round trips. Bite me. Geez, that's fresh. So you only say like one nice thing per day? Tough. You're impossible. Let me know when you figured this out. You're impossible. I've been pretty straightforward. You're wishy-washy. What do you want from me? Doesn't matter. Okay then. Wednesday, January 19th, 10:08 a.m. Sup? Sup? You tell me, player. Just working remotely. Sweet. From Mansfield? Yep, you? I am in Canton at the moment. I want to drink. Haha. Is that bad? Really? I think day drinking once a week is okay. They'll celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Tuck Rule. I can't wait until tonight. Wednesday, January 19th, 1:07 p.m. Where are you planning on heading? Not sure. Wednesday, January 19th, 3:34 p.m. I'd invite you over here, but you probably have your work truck. Here we go. I assume that's a pass. No problem. What's wrong with you? Excuse me? I didn't answer fast enough? Huh? Where'd you get that from? You're tough to make plans with. I'm headed out shortly. I tried. Where to? I'm meeting my friend in town till about 7, and then likely make my way back. Okay. Where are you headed back to, Shady? I assume that means Shady. I'm meeting my gal pal, who's from Canton, back to Mansfield. Do I know her? Name? I don't think so. Julia Mellon. Lives on Sherman. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just don't want any drama for either of us. I don't either. Okay. Trust me, I am tempted. I don't think it's a big deal. What? You coming over to my place? Or are you coming over mine? Okay. You clearly are getting aggravated with me and my lack of participation. No, I'm not aggravated at all. Okay, we're good. I will see you around. I knew this is how you would act. Whatever. You can get most any guy you want, so you're not losing any sleep over this. None of that is true. I'm not talking to any other guys, and I have issues with John, and things are far from perfect. You just happen to know about him because we all hang out at the same bar. I'm sure you talk to other girls. That's what single people do. I'm not married, and neither are you. Neither is John. Was that your attempt at a lecture or deductive reasoning? What do you want from me? That's just how I feel. Excuse me. That's just how I think/feel. You don't need to approve. I've already answered that last question a couple of times, I think. I'm not judging you. Never have. Never will. You shouldn't. I don't know what your private life is about, nor is it my business. You just happen to know what I see, that I see someone. I don't have kids, and I'm not married. Aren't you afraid you might actually like me? I don't think that's a bad thing. Isn't that the point? Well, it would be complicated because you have a boyfriend. That's funny. You said we are all a lot alike. Because we are. Yeah, life never stays the same. Things always change. Okay. Why are we alike, according to you? Because we go with our gut and how we feel? Isn't that kind of what you told me? Yes, that's true. Have a good night. You're clearly irritated. Sorry to bother, young you. Either texting is bad or you're sensitive. I'm not irritated at all, I swear. I had been going out with someone for a few years when I reconnected with John. And John and I got on very well at the same time, so I broke it off the other guy. He was probably starting to see other people, if I was completely honest with myself. I don't feel bad about any of that. I think it was meant to work out that way. So what's your point? Are you legitimately interested? Unhappy in your relationship? Mad because you saw him all over another girl? Or a hybrid of all of it? My only PT is that there's a difference between being married or someone and dating someone. And we have no intention of ever getting married. The PT of dating is to not get tied down if you're not confident you should be. In my mind, anyways. The first two, but I don't care too much about the other girl. Okay, so he is cool with you dating other people? And I'm not happy per se, just realistic that there's cracks and it's far from perfect. I doubt it. If he is seeing someone else, I wouldn't want to know either way. He probably feels the same, and you probably feel that way about whoever you hook up with. I think that's normal. Okay. You don't agree with me? You make some valid points. No shit, Sherlock. Come on, I'm funny. Sit on that and spin. See? Now you have to go below the belt. Love it there. Do you wear belts? Only once in a while. Okay. When I go into the office. Okay. Rando. Haha. I was teasing you. You getting all dressed up for me. Haha. I pretty much wear all black every day. Love it. Where you going in town? Newbury. She works there. Doing? She works for my friend who's a plastic surgeon. That's how I know her. Coincidence? She lives around the corner. So funny. Around the corner from your second home? Haha. Oh, haha. I had to come downtown earlier, so told her I'd meet her for a drink. You there now? You would like my spot at the Cape. I have a great spot for dinner and drinks down there. Are you there tonight? I'm a beach worshiper. Where's that? I'm in West Roxbury, a spot in West Rocks, Dedham line. I have a pass to drive my Jeep on the beach. Lots of fun to be had. I heard. I used to rent with my friends on the beach for 7 straight years. I miss it. I've been thinking about moving to Tiverton. I can give you all the beach life you can handle. Stopping for a drink later? By where? My spot in West Rocks. Probably not for a bit. Okay. At a bar? I wasn't suggesting anytime soon. I know you're with your friend. I meant my house. Probably after 8. Okay. If you don't want it, that's fine. No pressure. I will. A drink? What do you drink? Are you out now? Sorry. I'll drink whiskey if that's what you're having. Haha. Send me a pic of you two. Haha, I figured. My shot is tight. Shit. Sure you can handle this. Please. Bite me. Stop saying fresh things. Why?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Detective. There may have been a page that is missing in that document, or it's not comporting with the.
Oh, you're right. I did accidentally turn the page.
No problem.
I apologize.
I think starting at, I usually drink whatever the person with me is having.
Yep. I usually drink whatever the person with me is having. Oh, okay. I don't take selfies either. I don't really even know how. Whatever. I wanted to see your smile. I hate having my photo taken. Weak. Sorry. I'm a very particular person. What's that mean? Okay, never mind. Go enjoy your friend. Go clean your house, will ya? My shit is spotless. Haha, I figured. My shot is tight. Shit. Sure you can handle this. Please, bite me. Stop saying fresh things. Why? Are those statements tempting? Nope. Oh, which statements? Perhaps you should drive directly to Mansfield. You said, bite me, like 3 times. Okay. 8:30ish is too late? For what? Drink. No, why? Are we not meeting up? You can stop over for a drink. Balls in your court. Are you going to give me the address? Yeah. We don't have to meet up if you don't want to. But I'm leaving town now. I'm up for a drink. Okay. Should I drive around? Should I drive around W. Roxbury? I assume it says yelling your name, question mark. It's cut off. Are you going to give me the address? Yeah. We don't have to meet up if you don't want to, but I'm leaving town now. All right, it repeats itself. I apologize. So, okay, should I drive around W. Roxbury yelling your name? Haha, no. Where are you now? Newbury. Do you really want to come over? Only if you want me to. Can you take charge? I thought we already settled this. Haha. Okay, well, I am in my car and now getting on the highway. This feels like I am forcing you. Not at all. I am game. Okay, well, I'd like to know where the hell I'm going. Pike or 93? You just want to meet me at the crib, or do you want to come over? Pike, I would say. You decide. I don't know either. Whatever you want. I don't either. Play so wherever you're comfortable. You know anyone in West Rocks? I don't think so. Ha ha ha. Then just stop by for a drink. Up to you. No pressure. Just give me an address. I hate texting while driving. Bryant Road. Text me when close. Okay. I will show you where to print. Park. That's W Rocks? It's not coming up. Yeah. Then put Boston in. Bryant Drive, West Roxbury Township, New Jersey. Searching for a friend. And then add your phone contacts so you can search for their address on maps. It's a screenshot sent through. First one. What app do you use? Turn around on the street. Park at the top of the street across from the red minivan. LMK when you're here. Here. Wednesday, January 19th, 11:13 p.m. Home. Alive? Cool. Thoughts? Maybes. You? What? You asked my thoughts. You didn't answer. I don't know my thoughts. Okay, I think I get it. You have any? Thursday, January 20th, 12:27 p.m. Hi. How was your day? Good, yours? I am exhausted. Yeah, that makes two of us. But I want a drink. Really? I'll give you Hardy's digits. Who? Hardy from 98.5, Midday Show. He hangs out at the Currents sometime. He's a spokesperson for Recovery Center of America. Haha, I don't have a problem. Kidding. I know. Good riddance. Haha, stranger. Hey, I was at Haley all weekend. Have not heard from you. I apologize. Sunday, January 23rd, 9:40 p.m. Phone works. Thought you were all set. With talking? No. You sure? Friday, 11:32 p.m. Well. Saturday, 11:54 a.m. John died.
Lights, please.
Sergeant, you had an opportunity, obviously, you read them, so now you've familiarized yourself with that series of text messages that you received from Brian Higgins, correct?
Yes.
Would you, I'm going to ask you the same question again. Would you consider those text messages as you reviewed them when you received them from Brian Higgins as being flirtatious or romantic in nature?
I would not categorize them to that extent. Certain parts of it might be, but the total conversation, if you want my opinion, I can provide you with it.
Was there some flirtation in the text messages that you noted?
There are terms that I used. You're hot, witty, stuff like that. You know, talking about banging and hooking up.
What word would you use to describe them if not flirtatious?
The totality of the conversation?
Sure. Let's start there.
My opinion is that it's a angry girlfriend trying to set up a hookup to her John.
To her jump?
To her John.
To her John.
Yeah.
Would you consider the responses from Brian Higgins to be flirtatious in nature?
There are conversation parts that are enticing, maybe a little of advances, but the totality of, to put a label on the whole thing, my opinion is that she's trying to get revenge.
Get revenge?
Yes, get revenge.
On John?
Yeah.
For what happened on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Okay. When you say revenge, you don't mean physical revenge.
Well, emotional revenge. She's trying to hook up with Higgins and then hurt John by cheating on him.
And in fact, you did note that John O'Keefe was not privy to these text messages, right? Objection.
I'll allow that. Do you know that?
I do not, Your Honor, no.
He's not on these texts, is he?
I don't know if their accounts are synced at this point. I don't know if he's seen them. I don't know.
He's not. His phone. You know what his phone number is. You guys got his phone, correct?
We do have his device, yes.
Do you have any evidence that his account is somehow suddenly know that it's synced with what's happening now?
Not from his device, no, but he could have seen the text messages.
Okay, so there's no evidence that he was synced. His account was synced with anything, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
There's no evidence.
You were facing the other way. I didn't hear.
There's no evidence that his account was synced with anything.
Not his device that we have, no.
And you don't have, as you sit here, you don't have any evidence whatsoever that he saw any of these text messages, correct?
We don't have that, but I do not know.
Okay. So as you sit here, my question is very simple. Do you have evidence, affirmative evidence, that John O'Keefe ever saw these text messages?
I do not have evidence that he saw them, no.
So would you agree that the text messages show a romantic interest, for whatever motivation, a romantic interest from Brian Higgins toward Ms. Reed?
You have to ask that differently.
In your mind, as you read the text messages, did you determine in your head that there was a romantic interest by Brian Higgins toward Karen Reed?
In my mind, I saw the text messages for what they were, initiated by Karen Reed, and began a text message conversation with Brian Higgins.
And Brian Higgins was responsive to those text messages, correct?
They did communicate back and forth.
He was responsive to the overtures that Ms. Reed made toward him, correct? Suggestions. Let's get together for a drink, come over to my house, I'll come over to your house, things of that nature. Those went back and forth between the two, correct?
Yes, they went back and forth. Yes.
And did you determine that there was an interest by Brian Higgins in Karen Reed?
I read that he repeatedly asked her what's her plan, what's her goal, what's her interest, what's her intent.
Did that show you an interest on his part in her?
I think at one point he said he was confused, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or what's the term he used? He was unsure what she wanted.
He called her hot.
He did, yes.
He called her witty.
Right from the rip, yes.
He said he wanted to spend time with her.
Spend time, yes. Yeah.
He was interested in going over to her house.
Yes.
He was interested in her possibly coming over to his house.
Yes.
He told her that he thought she was hot, his words, from the jump, correct?
From the jump, yep.
Look at that. How do you interpret that?
From the jump, I would interpret it as right from the beginning. Maybe the first time they saw each other, laid eyes on each other. I mean,
as a matter of fact, he basically said that, didn't he, in the text message? From the first time I saw you, I thought you were hot.
yes.
He constantly was using phrases, to use your words, phrases interested in knowing how she felt about him, correct?
Yes.
Sustained. To ask it differently, Mr. Chairman.
Did you interpret any of his text messages as Brian Higgins being interested in knowing how she felt, what she was thinking about him?
Objection.
Ask it again.
When you first saw these text messages and you reviewed them, did you interpret those text messages in your mind? That's what I'm interested in your mind, as Brian Higgins being interested in knowing how Karen Reed felt about him.
I believe his statement indicates that he was interested in seeing what her interest was, what her intention were, and questioning the fact that she's dating live-in boyfriend with his buddy.
He used the word ghost several times, correct?
I do recall reading the word ghost.
How did you interpret that word?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
I interpreted ghost in the common slang terminology as to abandon conversation, stop communicating.
He indicated that 2 different times in the text string, correct?
I know I read the text messages, but reading them out loud to a room full of people, I might not have remembered how many times the term ghost came through.
Fair
I was
enough.
concentrating more on the reading, not on the comprehension of each word.
Fair enough. But you did note that he used that term in his text messages to her, right?
I think I recall at least once that the term ghost was present in the communication.
Did you interpret that? I'm looking for what was in your mind. Did you interpret that, the use of that word by Brian Higgins, as showing some level of frustration at her abandonment of the conversation?
No, I did not. No.
Not at all?
No.
Have you ever heard the phrase, "you ghosted me"?
Yes.
How do you interpret that phrase, just in general?
I've heard it communicated between other people. I've never used the term ghosted. I think it's a little after my time in communicating with others, but I take it as you stopped responding to my text messages.
Do you take that, do you interpret that, or did you interpret that as a positive or a negative comment? You ghosted me.
I interpret it as a matter of fact, like you stopped talking to me. I never thought about it in a positive or negative connotation. I never gave it any thought.
As you sit here now, if you do give it thought, would you put a positive or a negative connotation on the phrase, you ghosted me?
Objection.
You're aware that, based on the text messages that we just saw, there was a series of text messages that went back and forth starting in mid-January and basically ending around January 23rd, correct?
This chain of text messages began on January 12th and ended January 29th.
Right. I'm going to get to the 29th. But the back and forth ended on January 23rd, did it not?
I don't recall a specific. I can leaf through it and tell you what it is. I know I read the dates out loud, and again, I was concentrating on reading.
Do you have the document in front of you?
I do.
Could you turn to the last page?
Yes, sir.
I believe it's the last page. It may be the second to the last page or something. Do you see an entry on January 23rd, 2022, a text message from Brian Higgins, thought you were all set?
Yes.
And Ms. Reed responded with talking? Question mark. No. Period. Correct?
That is her response.
Mr. Higgins then responds, with 4 N's behind the H. Correct?
That's correct.
And then he responds again. By the way, did Ms. Reed respond to the
No, she did not.
And then he follows up with, you sure, with no punctuation. Correct?
That's correct.
Did Ms. Reed respond to you're sure?
She did not.
The next text is on January 29th at 11:32 p.m., correct? I'm sorry, January 28th at 11:32 p.m. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Is that from Ms. Reed or from Mr. Higgins?
At 11:32 p.m. on Friday, January 28th, it is from Mr. Higgins.
That's all I asked. And now, can you tell the jurors what that text is? And then the next text immediately after it.
Well,
So between January 23rd and January 28th, would you describe Ms. Reed's side of the conversation as having ghosted Mr. Higgins?
no, she initiates the conversation. You had me read the second text message in the chain.
Between January 29th, January 23rd, when that last text message was sent by Brian Higgins, until January 28th at 11:32, would you describe that as Ms. Reed having ghosted Mr. Higgins for those 5 days?
Strictly looking at the text message communications and not knowing whether they...
Correct. I'm not asking you to speculate. I know there's other stuff you want to say. I'm asking you just to read, just to answer the question you're asking. Based on the text that in front of you, Sergeant Bukhenik, does it appear that Ms. Reed ghosted, as you define the term, Mr. Higgins, from January 23rd until January 28th?
One could read into that in that manner, yeah.
And then on January 28th, Sergeant Bukhenik, when Brian Higgins sends, well, and Ms. Reed responds.
No, she did not. They were together at the same location.
did she respond to the text?
On that day?
Right.
Not on a text message, no.
You said they were together. That means that Brian Higgins was together in the same room with this Reed when he sent his text, right?
Yes.
And she ignored it, didn't she?
Interesting.
You also received from Mr. Higgins certain text messages between him, Mr. Higgins, and John O'Keefe himself, correct?
Yes, we did.
And one of those text messages, one of the last text messages that they exchanged was, as a matter of fact, the last text message that was exchanged was Brian Higgins at 12:20 a.m. on January 29th, 2022, texting Mr. O'Keefe, "You coming here?" with 3 question marks, correct?
I would have to take a look at the document. I don't have a memory of it specifically. I know I reviewed it, but I don't have a memory of the time and content.
May I approach your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. No worries. Based on this extraction, I cannot definitively say that this text message was sent on January 29th because of the file source time and the JPEG being so small. I can't testify to that, sir.
May I approach?
Yes.
Your Honor, Mr. Brennan has kindly offered to stipulate that the "you coming here" text was sent. I would offer the following stipulation: that "you coming here" text was sent on January 29th at 12:20 a.m. from Brian Higgins to John O'Keefe's phone. Quote, "You coming here?" 3 question marks following.
What was the time?
I'm good. 12:20 a.m. May we enter that stipulation with the court's permission?
Sure. So, jurors, you've heard that the lawyers agree that that fact is true.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. So you were aware of the timeline on or about January 29th when, first of all, Karen Reed had not responded to a text message from January 23rd throughout January 28th and into January 29th. Sorry, throughout January 28th by 11:32 p.m. She just not responded. Correct?
So the text message that she sent to Brian Higgins, the last time she sent a text message was on the 23rd.
And he responded with several text messages to which she did not respond on January 23rd. Correct?
I believe she sent 2 and he said 3, I believe.
So the answer is yes. There was a text message that she sent, he sent to which she did not respond. Is that right? On the 23rd.
He was the last one to send a text message on the 23rd.
That was following multiple text messages back and forth between the two of them, spanning a couple of weeks. Correct?
Yes.
Then, on January 28th, 2022, Brian Higgins is at the Waterfall Bar and Grill after 11:30 p.m. Correct?
He was.
Karen Reed then walks into that same Waterfall Bar and Grill, accompanied by her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Correct?
They did.
Brian Higgins then texted Karen Reed, who's standing in the room. Well, correct?
Correct.
And Karen Reed ignored that text. Correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Karen Reed did not respond to that text.
There's no text.
Brian Higgins then, a little less than an hour later, texts John directly, "You coming here?" with 3 question marks. Right?
Correct. It's been stipulated.
That is an accurate timeline of the events that we just talked about, correct?
Yes, sir.